president's, former president's legal team were incredibly disappointed. They went from the irrelevant to the angry. I could not understand what the whole point of Mr. Castor's presentation was. He never got to the core issue of the constitutionality. And the irony of David Schoen's presentation, the next lawyer, was that he's claiming, well, this is an attempt by the Democrats to disenfranchise 74 million people who voted for Donald Trump. It's a purely theoretical argument. We're talking 4 years down the road. Not even know if those people would support Donald Trump again. And the irony is, the very heart of this case is the actual attempt by Donald Trump in multiple ways, culminating on January 6th, to disenfranchise the 82 million voters who voted for Joe Biden.
So, Ellen, you wrote a book titled The Case for Impeachment, and since then, Donald Trump has been impeached twice by the House. I found from your book this quote that I found interesting. I want to read back to you. The durability of our institutions is being undermined, and the public's confidence in them is eroding, threatening American democracy itself. Is that still true?
It is even more true than when I wrote that book 3.5 years ago. Donald Trump has launched the greatest attack on American democracy in the history of the country. We've had controversial elections before. 1800 was pitched into the House. It took a long time for it to be decided. Of course, 2000 wasn't decided until December 12th when the Supreme Court ruled. But never before have we had a president refusing to concede a clearly lost election and trying to overturn the verdict of the voters, pressuring state legislatures to cancel out the popular vote and give the electors to Donald Trump, calling the Secretary of State of Georgia, telling him to somehow find enough votes to overturn the election there, calling on Mike Pence against the law to take it in his own hands to decide the election, pressuring members of Congress to overturn the election, and then inciting that mob. You know, it wasn't just free speech. Trump had been inciting them for 2 months. And what else were they going to do other than storm the Capitol to accede to Donald Trump's demand to stop the steal? Even at the time, so many of them were saying, we are here in the Capitol at Donald Trump's invitation. It's a terrible attack on our democracy. And
with that, Alan, we have seen the powerful video and images of January 6th, but we already know there isn't likely to be a 2/3 majority vote of senators to convict the former president. Are you surprised that more Republicans aren't willing or wanting to convict, since they were pretty much all there that day? So what do you say to that, and what do you say to about American voters?
I am very sad, but not very surprised that Republicans seem to be so dug in. Look, for 4 years, Republicans have enabled Donald Trump's lies, his stonewalling of Congress, his attacks on the free press, his dividing us by race and gender. Why would you expect them to change now in the 11th hour and the 59th minute? But you got to understand there are two audiences for this trial. One is the Republicans, and you know, there's only an outside chance they'll switch. But the more important audience is the American people. And if this trial convinces the American people that Donald Trump incited a riot that left at least five dead, scores injured, undermined the citadel of our democracy, that will hold Donald Trump accountable and will cancel out, even if it's still legal, any attempt at a comeback in 2024.